we're here with Anurad from Price Labs, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's got going on. So Anurad, tell me a little bit about your company.
Right, so revenue management is a big problem for most of our customers, for most vacation rental managers. If you know about what's happening in your city, you go and change prices, but most of the times you don't even know what's coming up. A small concert might be driving prices up or demand up, and you don't react to that and lose bookings or get bookings for a cheap price where you could have gotten much more. What we do is provide automation through algorithms where we automate price updates that go up and down with seasons, with events, day of week, and they go out into your PMS and through the PMS to all the different channels. Now we also provide you a lot of control over what kind of recommendations come in. So you don't have to take our prices at face value. You can say, hey, you have your algorithm and it works great, but for a certain event, I know what's happening better than what you do, and I'm going to put an override. So we provide a lot of tools for professional vacation rental managers to not just take our prices and automate their strategy, but also help them customize their strategy.
Good. And when you pull your algorithms, what systems are you pulling your algorithms from? How does the system know how to price the algorithm? How to price my property?
Yeah. So we've been doing this for 4 years, and what we have done is historically we have seen what kind of seasonal trends or day of week trends exist in the market. But simultaneously, we are every day collecting more and more data about the future. So we know 6 months from now, it might not be a big holiday, but there might be something that's driving a lot of people to come and book in your area. And before your properties get booked for cheap, we want to increase your prices. If a lot of people are going to be booking your area for that day, for a particular weekend or a particular week, we want you to get the most you can out of your listing. Now that doesn't mean we always increase prices. We also reduce prices. So sometimes we know that hey, it's last minute, or this is lean season and this is midweek during lean season. You're not going to get anyone unless you reduce your rates. You can of course set your floor to say never go below this particular rate, but we are going to help you get that booking, because unless you reduce your rates during lean season, you're not getting anything.
Right.
So essentially, we are monitoring hotels, we are monitoring other vacation rentals in your area.
And where do you monitor those from? Are you connected to large sites like let's say Booking.com, Airbnb, or such?
Yeah. So we are connected to a lot of OTAs, and we get data off of those.
So several different channels that
exactly.
you're pulling data from. So you're data mining from a lot of
exactly
areas. Okay. And then what kind of pricing am I expecting to pay?
So we do a flat pricing depending on how many properties you have. It's a pricing scheme that has worked best with a lot of our professional managers. So this is something we are sticking to. If you have 100 properties and you use us for, it comes to around $650 per month, and it's a flat fee. It doesn't matter how expensive your properties are or how many bookings your properties get. You know how much you're going to pay up front.
Which is nice. Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about your company?
No, we have been in business for 4 years, been growing steadily. A lot of professional managers are using us and really like us for what we provide. It's a big hassle keeping track of 150, 200 calendars, and we don't want you to be spending all your time in front of your computer. We want you to be doing something more meaningful with your time, and we want to automate as much as your strategy as possible. Of course, you're going to have a lot of input, maybe a weekly checkup to see how things are going and make adjustments, but we don't want you to be...
So we see the algorithm isn't doing quite what we wanted to, we can easily adjust it.
Right,
so
exactly, absolutely.
Okay, and what areas is Price Labs in right now?
We have customers around the world, so we have a lot of customers in the US, we have a big presence in Europe. We have customers in Australia as well, a lot of customers in Australia and New Zealand, but US and Europe are our biggest. They're both really large, and when I say US, it means most of the coasts and.
Are you mostly on the Florida coast, or are you more in California coast?
I would say we are more spread on the western coast and the northeast.
I see.
We have some users who are using us both in the Gulf Coast and the southern southeast, but not as much as we'd like to. Yeah, but that's growing. Yeah.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us.
No problem.
It was a wonderful meeting.